Welcome to your channel Word and Life, where the Word becomes life, and life is rooted in the Word. Here we don't just preach, we walk with you in faith, hope, love, and truth. Each video, each meditation, each word is an invitation to let God transform your heart, awaken your vision, and teach you to love like Him. Today, the Word calls us to a courageous act, to tear down the walls. The walls. The gospel of this day stands before us like a mirror of fire, where everyone is invited to examine the folds of their existence, and this mirror, incandescent and relentless, reflects to us a blazing truth, the urgency of conversion. They have Moses and the prophets. Let them listen to them. Thus answers Abraham to the rich man consumed in the flames. For conversion is not a distant design, nor a dream postponed to the dawn of some hypothetical tomorrow. It is the burning of the present, the spark of the moment, the vivid heartbeat of today. Tomorrow will be too late. The only time given to us to love, to break our chains, to free our hands, is this very day. Today, and not tomorrow, I can open the door of my heart, share the bread of my table, extend the palm of my hand, and tear down the barriers that isolate me from my brother. But how many abysses, often dug by our own systems, stand between us and the other? What are these chasms, like walls of stone, that forbid true encounter? These abysses, brothers and sisters, are not only those of the afterlife, they are rooted in the very heart of our human history. They are the walls erected by generations, strengthened by structures, and which relegate the weakest to the shadows. Walls of contempt, walls of exclusion, walls of indifference, walls of improper judgment of the other, walls of false testimony. These fractures take on many faces: walls, abysses, barriers, obstacles, economic abysses, the gaping chasm between rich and poor, which keeps widening, breeding exclusion, violence, and silent revolt. Social abysses, the marginalization of the weakest. Migrants, the homeless, the unemployed, the sick, isolated elderly. The generational fracture, the isolation of modern man in a world saturated with communication but empty of real relationships. Cultural and identity abysses, the fear of the other, of the foreigner, of difference, the invisible walls of racism, prejudice, tribalism, and xenophobia, the identity tensions that set peoples against each other. Spiritual abysses, the religious indifference of a world turned in on itself and forgetful of God, the refusal to listen to the word, becoming an inner wall blocking conversion, the pride that closes the heart and veils the divine image in the brother. Technological and ecological abysses, a humanity connected to machines but disconnected from human dignity, a frantic progress that advances leaving behind crowds of outcasts, an exploitation of the earth that condemns the poor to bear the scars of the excesses of the powerful. Thus, the world around us is nothing less than a vast labyrinth of partitions and enclosures where everyone withdraws into the comfort of their certainties, abandoning others by the side of the road. Each for himself and no one for all. See the striking image. The rich man and Lazarus live on the same street, breathe the same air, tread the same dust, have the same color of blood, enjoy the same rays of the sun, and are drenched by the same rain. And yet, reality makes it seem as if they did not live in the same world, because of indifference, injustice, and the abandonment of the destitute, of the poor. The rich man crosses paths each day, with the beggar lying down, but his feasts, his purple garments, and his habits of luxury have built around his heart an invisible fortress. That wall is carved in the cold stone of indifference, of carelessness. That wall is cemented by the closing of the heart and the blindness of the soul. But if we let these walls grow within us, the abyss will widen until it becomes eternal. Let us break them down then. Yes, let us break down these inner ramparts. For when the walls fall, the sight clears, and the face of the brother is revealed to us in all his truth. The other is truly seen in his finitude and not glimpsed without identity. But then, let us ask ourselves, who is Lazarus at our door today? This poor man is not an anonymous silhouette. He has a name, Lazarus, which means God helps. He is the sign that God stands at our threshold waiting to be recognized. The Lazaruses crowd around us. They populate our families, our communities, our cities. They do not always cry out, Often they suffer in silence, hoping for a gesture, a word, a presence, an act of kindness, a helping hand. They expect, from us, not only material bread but that more subtle bread, moral comfort, spiritual listening, psychological support, the tenderness of a look, the hopeful smile of a loving face, the extended hand to rise and move forward. Who is Lazarus at our door today? It is that rejected migrant, seeking a land of welcome. It is that lonely neighbor, walled up in his isolation, whom no one visits. It is that child condemned to grow up in misery, deprived of education, of future, of dignity. It is perhaps a brother or sister of our own blood, of our community, bent under the weight of a silent pain, imperceptible to our distracted eyes. Brothers and sisters, the gospel is straightforward. It is not enough to know the law, to recite the prophets, to listen to sermons. One must still open the heart and embody gestures of life, for eternity is played out in the present moment. This present moment passes quickly. We must seize it now. The urgency is clear. Let us not allow the abyss to widen between us and the poor. Christ himself comes toward us under the features of Lazarus. In recognizing him, let us welcome the one who is life, the one who is love, the one who tears down walls and crosses abysses. He did it in his time. It is for us to do it now, in ours. Let us tear down the walls that separate us from others. And may this gospel, far from inviting us to sleep on the pillows of poverty, far from inciting us to complacency and misery, push us instead to work and to pray to receive from the Lord what is necessary, that vital minimum that allows us to live with dignity on this earth, before tasting eternal bliss in heaven. Amen. This was your channel Word and Life, where the Word becomes life, and life is rooted in the Word. Each week, we share a living, concrete, and powerful Word. Not to lull you to sleep but to awaken, not to condemn but to convert and to heal. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, to share how God is working in your life. And remember, the true miracle begins when the walls fall, and love crosses the abyss. See you next week here, on Word and Life. May God bless you abundantly.